On this Monday morning, the professional racing community in mourning after the murder of three-time U.S. Auto Club champion NASCAR driver Bobby East. East was stabbed in the chest and killed at a California gas station just minutes away from Disneyland. And the police say the suspect had an outstanding parole warrant. Our next guest says this is just another example of tragedy in the Golden State where the spiral of lawlessness has gotten out of control. California Attorney General candidate Nathan Hochman joins us right now. Nathan, good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve. Great to be here.
It's another one of those terrible stories. We don't know whether or not this guy stabbed the driver because it was just a random thing or if he was trying to rob him. But unfortunately, another man is dead.
You're absolutely right. Bobby East was a NASCAR champion who didn't get killed driving one of his cars in one of the races, but when he pulled over for gas at a Southern California gas station, but was stabbed with a knife. The person that the police tried to arrest was a guy named Trent Millsap. He was a transient. He had been convicted of armed robbery. He had a parole violation. They went in to try and arrest him days later, and they ended up being involved in a confrontation and killing him. What this is, sadly, is another tragic but inevitable day in California where you have a spiral of lawlessness. And by that, what I mean is that you have one person in the smallest of crimes running out of a CVS with just under $950, knowing that they won't be prosecuted, which has led to 3 people running out of a Walgreens, 80 people running out of a Nordstrom's, smash and grab robberies, follow home robberies, train robberies, and a double-digit rise in homicides.
Yeah, as we look more deeply at the killer, he apparently had an outstanding warrant for his arrest on an unrelated parole violation. He was also on parole after serving time following a conviction for armed robbery. But just the fact that there was an outstanding warrant for his arrest, had the police actually executed the warrant, that guy might not have been on the street, and Bobby East might be alive today.
We've seen that tragedy play out not only in this situation, but in Los Angeles, where a 25-year-old girl was stabbed to death by a homeless man who had numerous arrest warrants, up in Sacramento, where people were let out early because they were not prosecuted to the full extent of the law. We've seen this play, unfortunately, play out in California. And as California Attorney General, when I get elected in November, I will stop this spiral of lawlessness and bring back a spiral of lawfulness.
Well, it just seems like, as you know, Nathan, we talk about these stories where California's soft on crime policies have resulted in more crime. At what point do the people of California say, you know what, we tried this, it didn't work?
I've gone up and down the state talking to Californians, and they are fed up, frustrated, and afraid to send their children on the street, their parents, their neighbors. And I think that is the tipping point. When safety and security has become a top 3 polled issue in California for the first time in a generation, I think that Democrats, independents, and Republicans will all vote out the soft on crime California Attorney General and vote me, Nathan Hochman, in as Attorney General in November.
All right, let's see what happens. Nathan, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.